Hey everyone, welcome to another match of Temur Aggro. Today we are playing Bant Snowblade. Yes, I know, this is pre-Snowblade, pre-Astrolabe ban, but it took me a while to post this up, but now we have it, and I still think the gameplay is relevant. So our opening hand is decent. We have two threats, we have removal, we have Serum Visions, we have everything we more or less need. So we draw another Serum Visions. At this point we're gonna have to use Traverse to get another land, which is alright. Yeah, we'll put Remand to the bottom. Metamorphose though is pretty good. We already drew a Remand off the Serum Visions, so don't need another one. Oh, Temple Garden comes in tapped, of course, because we're putting pressure. Interesting, which means our opponent doesn't have any scary permission. We decide to put 2 red on the stack. We draw another Metamorphose. It's really too bad I didn't have my second Monastery Swift Spear there. We still have 2 red on the stack. It's too bad. I should have had 1 red, 1 blue, but it is what it is. Let's see what our opponent draws. Next turn we're coming in for at least 6 damage. And we draw a Tarmogoyf, which is always nice. And our opponent decides to give up. Okay, so no surprise there. That was a quick game 1. Our opponent's going to bring in a lot of hate. So what do we bring in? I think Veil of Summer most likely makes sense here, given that we're playing Bant Snowblade. Destructive Revelry as well, because we're probably going to have to target some equipment. Let's see if I bring in Veil of Summer. I think Veil of Summer would be a no-brainer here. I decided not to, which is interesting. Again, this was early on in Temur Aggro. Trying to balance what I take out with what I put in terms of making sure we have enough threat cards, so enough removal and stuff that goes to our opponent's face. We don't want to slow down too much. But, you know, starting hand with Spell Pierce is pretty good. Path to Exile will at least ramp us. Should have probably gotten an island, but we could use Traverse now to get an island, so this works just fine. Two Bedlam Revelers is a bit much, but can't control that at the moment. I've actually cut a Bedlam Reveler from the deck. Celestial Purge is going to come and take out our Monastery Swift Spear, so that's not looking good. We do have Tarmogoyf, which is decent. Our opponent's thinking here. what to do, which is scary, which means they have a lot of options. Jace. I think we have no choice but to counter that. So Tarfire is pretty good. Gonna be able to deal some serious damage and grow our Tarmogoyf to 6/7, which is scary, and we're about to hit them really hard. Bring him down to 9. Point is, now we're tapped. We have no way of stopping that anyway, even if we did have Spell Pierce. So this is gonna be a bit brutal now. Our only chance here is to successfully cast Bedlam Reveler and draw into more threats. Now, here Teferi Hero of Dominaria is going to be a big problem. Really big problem. So now we're falling behind relatively quickly. So we draw our man. That's going to be kind of useless at the moment. Traverse is useful because we can go get a threat. So here we're really aiming to get Bedlam Reveler. Luckily, we draw Traverse, so... Well, not luckily, we knew we were going to, because of Serum Visions, but we can go and get a creature now. Now, what do we get? Tarmogoyf seems logical. In terms of threats... He's our best one, and right now he's an 8/9, so basically as big as Tarmogoyf gets. The only problem is that our opponent is going to be untapping. They can have any number of counters and removal, and even though we have them at 6, we need 2 turns to kill them, and that's a lot of turns. Euro is also going to be a problem now because they're going to gain life. And the second Teferi comes down, and at this point that more or less seals our fate. Remand becomes almost useless. And yeah, that's really brutal. Lightning Bolt isn't really going to help us a lot here. Let's see if Tarmogoyf sticks. Probably won't. It does stick, but not for long. And I think at this point, yeah, I concede because there's no way we're going to get through. I think that's the correct call. So what do we bring back? Grafdigger's Cage. So it looks at this point I was concerned about our opponent getting cards out of their graveyard, which isn't wrong, but it still seems like I'm missing the Veil of Summer train. Okay, look, finally, it looks like I decided to bring Veil of Summer in. Or not. So I think this was a mistake. I think Veil of Summer should have definitely been in there. Get rid of maybe 2 Grafdigger's Cages and put in the Veil of Summers. That would have helped out a lot more. That being said, we didn't see many counters, or any. So far, we've seen Path Exile and Celestial Purge. So Veil of Summer would have done nothing in those instances. So maybe I was accidentally making the right call. I don't know. And here I get used to not having a haste creature on turn 1, so I missed an attack opportunity, but okay. It's fine. We're about to pump Monastery Swiftspear into very large numbers. If I'm smart, I'll do blue-blue. Oh, I decided to do blue-red. Okay. I guess I want to get some damage in. In retrospect, I would just done blue-blue, I think. 2 Delver Secrets is a bit much. 1 is okay. So a nice big 5/6 Monastery Swiftspear. Does some serious damage turn 2. Our opponent would have been at 12 now if we had just attacked turn game 1. Sorry, turn 1. But it's okay. Path to Exile. Alright. Kind of happy it was used on Monastery Swiftspear because now we can bring down our Tarmogoyf. We draw Grafdigger's Cage as well. I think right now Tarmogoyf makes more sense, and we can protect it with Spell Pierce, hopefully. Snapcaster Mage is going to come down. They're looking for Path to Exile. We're going to Remand. I think that's going to be a nice tempo swing for us. Supreme Verdict comes down. We have to remember that Snapcaster Mage is still in their hand. So here, yeah, Delver of Secrets and Traverse. Get another Tarmogoyf. And we're in no rush at the moment. Again, our opponent's going to have to decide if they want to Snapcaster, Path to Exile our Delver, or our Tarmogoyf. And we do have another Traverse, which is essentially another Tarmogoyf, so we have quite a bit here. Another Supreme Verdict. Can't do much there. It is what it is. They're going to take another Supreme Verdict into their hand, which is a little brutal. Here is where you see Grafdigger's Cage being a bit useless. Like, actually, it does shut down Snapcaster Mage, so I was mistaken a few minutes ago. They can't really use Snapcaster Mage, at least they can't use them to flash back a spell. But still, it doesn't stop their Supreme Verdicts. Now we know they have a Supreme Verdict in hand, so we really can't overcommit. So we can Traverse, get another threat, but wait. They're down to 5 now. They're probably going to use Supreme Verdict again. They almost have no chance. Sorry, they have no choice, really. They can risk it and not use Supreme Verdict and do something else. It really depends what they have. They have 5 cards. I'm going to assume that they're not dead cards in hand. Our opponent's just deciding, okay, what do we do? Again, they have a Snapcaster Mage in there, and they have a Supreme Verdict. So they have 3 other cards we don't know about. There's the one that we know about. Again, I think they have no choice. A Lightning Bolt or Tarfire. Or a Lightning Bolt would definitely... Oh, there you go. That would have killed our opponent. So I'm just saying to them, listen, do something now or you're dead. In theory, they could cast their Snapcaster and chump block our Tarmogoyf. That is a thing. And it looks like they don't have any answers. So, it's a good game and we win. So, we just played a deck that's technically no longer valid because Astrolabe was banned. If you haven't seen my Astrolabe video, check it out. So, I was pretty happy with the way Temur Aggro worked here. We worked around a lot of removal, some of which we couldn't even counter, even if we had a counter for it. But we played it, we played it smart. We didn't overcommit, and that's really important when you know that you can't necessarily protect your threats and that there is removal in your opponent's hand for those threats. Supreme Verdict being, we just survived, in game 3, we survived 3 Supreme Verdicts, which is pretty brutal. But we were still able to do enough damage over several turns with our small creatures, or some of our bigger ones, to take out our opponent, and I feel like the deck did pretty well. Our opponent just kind of dirtled around game 1 and game 3, and we won. Game 2 is when they really shined, and they actually started casting their planeswalkers and really started, getting far ahead and us falling far behind. So I hope you enjoyed that match. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you enjoy my content in general, I would appreciate a subscription. Helps grow the channel, helps grow the community in general, and lets me know that you want to see more. Thanks, and have a good one.